Rocket 3! What do you think of it so far?
It's like a cow, a fast cow.
What is up, biker bros? This is Nathan from the Gen Z Biker Blog, and today I am on a pretty sweet bike. Most of you can probably tell already, but this is the all-new Harley-Davidson Sportster S. I was super stoked to be given the opportunity to ride this motorcycle here at IMS in Ocala, Florida. This is the all-new 2021 Sportster S. Now, as someone that used to have a Sportster 1200, the Sportster 48 in particular, this is night and day, guys. Now, this does have the new 1250 Revolution Max engine, and, you know, this is just night and day from the old Sportster. I mean, we've got a TFT dash here with power mode. So I'm in rain mode. I just switched it to rain mode. And now regular street mode. Much more get up and go. And then the sport mode is just absolutely ridiculous. Woo! Oh my God. I'll tell you what, on my old Sportster, guys, at about 65-70 miles an hour, I felt like I had a bad case of arthritis, and I could, you know, hardly hold on to the bike because it was shaking so much, and, you know, it was just not comfortable. It wasn't made for, you know, high speeds on the highway, but this thing is just night and day. It is definitely made for a more performance-oriented rider. You know, a rider that, you know, wants that Harley-Davidson build quality and styling, but is looking, you know, for some more performance than, you know, a Road Glide or, you know, your Fat Boys or Fat Bobs, whatever, you know, we're looking at.
She's my latest attraction.
This thing is quick. Now, for those of you that don't know, this Revolution Max 1250 liquid cooled engine is putting out about roughly 120 horsepower and I believe like 95 foot-pounds of torque. So this bike is definitely no slouch, guys. I will say, you know, it is an absolutely fantastic ride. The amount of power that is available for delivery here is just absolutely incredible. And the power delivery is also very smooth. It's not like it's a, you know, herky-jerky rough ride. It's a very smooth power delivery, and quite frankly, I feel extremely comfortable on it. I mean, it is the rider triangle is relatively comfortable. Obviously, this is not going to be, you know, a long-distance touring motorcycle. You know, if you're looking to do more longer distances, you're going to be wanna be hopping onto the Pan America, or, you know, a Road Glide or Street Glide, or even some of the Softails. But for the street, this is a fantastic option. It does also have, you know, Bluetooth capabilities, so you can, you know, put music onto the screen or GPS onto the screen. It does have traction control, as you see here, but you also do have heated grips. So, you know, obviously here in Florida I won't be using heated grips very much, but if I were, you know, back in Wisconsin where I used to live, like, heated grips in the fall or, you know, early spring, that is a fantastic liberty to have when you're, you know, riding a motorcycle as it starts to approach the winter, you know, colder months. you know, previously with, you know, the original Sportsters, the 883 and the 1200, you know, those were bikes that, you know, on and off again, people were starting on as a beginner bike. I will say this is definitely not a beginner motorcycle. So if you're looking for an entry-level motorcycle, I would recommend that you stick away from the 1250 Sportster S, should I say, simply because of its, you know, throttle response and power delivery and whatnot. And honestly, I don't know if you heard the, you know, crackles of the exhaust there, but this thing sounds badass. You know, as it you know, downshifts and whatnot. Rocket 3! Oh, that was sweet. What a great opportunity to be able to put a Rocket 3 next to the new 1250 Sportster S. You know, obviously that's one of the fastest production bikes, and I wouldn't necessarily call that a fair race because I took off a little bit before him and then gave out. You know, I stopped getting on the throttle as much, and then he, you know, continued on. But, you know, really a testament to show, you know, the difference between a Rocket 3 and the 1200 Sportster, or the 1250 Sportster S. Yeah, what do you think of it so far?
It's like a cow, a fast cow.
This thing's pretty nimble, man. I gotta say, it's sweet.
I'm not trying to Pando, but I haven't one of those yet.
You should ride it. It's definitely, I highly recommend it so far. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the bell icon so that you're notified of future uploads. Otherwise, you're probably more than likely going to miss, you know, something. Man, that guy is ripping it up on that Triumph. I love the cornering capabilities of this thing in comparison to my old 1200 Sportster 48. You know, it's definitely a much more nimble ride. And here will be a little suspension test over the railroad tracks. Suspension's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. It feels good. The three words that I would use to describe this bike are refined, insane, and maneuverability. But anyways, biker bros, that concludes today's video on the Harley-Davidson 21 Sportster S. This is the new Revolution 1250 Max engine. Highly recommend riding this if you've never had the opportunity to do so. They are going to have some other iterations of this bike in the next coming years.